and do something!
Hello. This is Suds, aka Cricket, aka Ben, and it feels really good to finally take that mask off. Gets really hot under there. Back in 2011, my friends and I decided to go mask up, and we told the media that we wouldn't be taking them off again. I haven't. For them. But I feel like this project is a little bit different. And I feel like this time period is a little bit different as well. Because there are so many people who are communicating about security culture, about OPSEC, who are unwilling to share their voices on a podcast that I work on with anarchistnews.org. So I'm upping the ante. And I want people to know my name, and I want people to know what I look like. It's easy to hate someone who is not transparent. And I'm not saying that I'm going to make it any harder to hate me, but at least it will be now for the right reasons. So, this project is kind of a part 2 of one that I had started a couple of years ago while I was living in Portland, Oregon. And the inspiration of this one is a little bit, I don't know, more pointed. I am a not-so-secret admirer of this online, there's mosquitoes around here, this online personality. His name is Gary Vaynerchuk. And this is not pee, this is swill beer. I put it in a mason jar so that you wouldn't see the label. I would be embarrassed. Anyway. So, Gary Vaynerchuk is a very successful business person and an online personality. And his parents immigrated from the USSR. They were sharing a studio apartment in New York City with 5 people in it. His job with the family was to tear rolls of toilet paper in half so that they could double the amount of toilet paper that they had. And so, one of the things that he has talked about was how he wished that he had started his blog. His second one is called Daily V. And basically the point of it is that so many people have critiqued him and saying he's just an online guru, he doesn't know what the fuck he's talking about. So what he did is he decided to start this new show that shows exactly what it is that he's up to every day, so that people can actually see how hard he works, what the hustle looks like, and get an idea for how much work goes into moving yourself from phase 1 to phase 2 to phase whatever, and whatever it is that your goals are. So, the original intent of this was kind of a Babe Ruth thing for me, you know? A sort of like rags to riches statement that this is going to be me basically saying to him, bro, I'm going to get there. I'm swinging for the outfield, man. So I'm taking his dare. And I'm sharing that dare with the rest of you. But what's interesting is I keep trying to find where exactly it is that I'm going to start this series, and every time I thought that I found the place where it was going to be, I moved a little bit further back. So, at first, I was going to go back to 2011, when I was part of Occupy New Haven, and then I thought, after coming back to North Carolina and being around my family, you know, my family had a huge influence on me, especially on the way that I encounter these projects, the work ethic that I have, all of these different kinds of things. And so then I thought, oh, I'll start with my family. So I started interviewing my family while I've been here in North Carolina, and the stories were amazing. Some lines that have stuck out to me have been, we moved to a new home every time the rent was due. We slept under a roof that you could see the night sky through. And I realized that I come from a tenacious people. And so I started to wonder what exactly it was that shaped them and shaped my ancestors. And so I spent the last few weeks interviewing them, interviewing members of my extended family, and now researching sort of the history of our people based on these names that keep coming up in all these stories that I'm hearing. And I feel like the most appropriate place to begin this series, then, is going to be quite a ways back. And it'll be the story of the immigration from Scotland and England to Northern Ireland in a place called Ulster, which is where my people, the Ulster Scots, began their timeline. At least within the context of how it applies here. What I find makes this so interesting is that the Ulster Scots are considered by the GOP to be their major voting base. And I find myself to be an entrepreneur, anarchist, far from what would normally be considered appropriate for my people. I really appreciate the fact that you're interested in following this. It basically means that you're probably my second fan after my mom. And if you decide to tune in after here, you're as much of a history nerd as I am. I'd shake your hand if I could. I'd say it's nice to meet you if I could. In any case, welcome to the Forgery Club. It's nice to kind of make your acquaintance, and I hope we get to spend some time together. See you next time.